Mom, why are you packing our things? Where are we going? We're leaving. What do you mean? And where's Dad? Your dad and I are getting a divorce. After Tina's mother and father separated, she and her mother moved into a small apartment together in her hometown. Tina never saw her father again. She tried contacting him many times, but it seemed he had absolutely cut them off from his life. It was almost like her father had nothing to do with them. Tina didn't know why things had to be this way, but she blamed her mother for whatever happened between them. But things only became worse for her when she found out her mother had started dating again. Tina, sweetheart, Jason will be coming over tonight. We can make him feel welcomed, right? No. Did you really think I was going to go along with this? Because of you, Dad left us, and now you're moving in with your boyfriend? He's nothing more than a stranger to me. Tina, I'm sorry for whatever happened between your father and I, but Jason is a good guy. Just give him a chance. We're all trying to move on, Tina. No, we're not trying to move on. It's you. I wanted to be a family, but you ruined our family, and now you're ruining my life. Despite Tina's disapproval, her mother continued seeing Jason, and eventually he moved in with them. Tina hated everything about Jason. She felt he was a creep. She wasn't comfortable around him and the way he behaved. He was always pretending to be overly nice with her and tried to be her friend. But deep down inside, Tina knew this was all an act. He was nothing like what he behaved. Who knew what his intentions were behind that innocent face? As the days passed, Tina started to notice Jason up late at night, when she knew her mother was probably sleeping. He would come to her room and just stand there by the door, staring at her. Jason was always trying to invade her privacy. He was always trying to get in her space when she had clearly drawn the lines already. Tina rarely ever spoke to him, and whenever she did, she made sure to feel the hatred she had towards him. But despite everything, Jason just wouldn't back off. I got you a gift. I don't want your gift. Tina, just take a look. Maybe you can wear this. It will look nice on you. After Jason left, Tina unwrapped the gift. Inside was a dress. Now he wants to see me in this dress? Tina cringed as she peeked through the corner of her eye to see Jason staring at her from outside. She immediately shut the door and sighed. What a creep. Tina tried her best to stay away from Jason. Whenever he stepped into the room, she got up and left. Whenever they sat down to eat, Tina took her food and ate in her room. But it was one day, while she was minding her own business cooking in the kitchen, that Jason walked in. Tina was moving a hot pot of boiling spaghetti off the stove when Jason suddenly hurried over. Hold on, let me help you. Stop, I can do it myself. Stay away from me. Tina, you're gonna burn yourself. Tina knew exactly what he was trying to do, and the minute he tried to grab her hand, Tina dropped the pot and pushed him back. Don't touch me! Hearing the commotion, Carol rushed to the kitchen to see the mess. What just happened? Jason suddenly started cleaning up. She burned her hand. I was trying to help her. In disgust and rage, Tina pushed across her mother, went into her room and slammed the door shut. She just wanted relief. And now the only time she got that was when she wasn't in this cramped apartment. Back at home, when she was living with her dad, there was so much more space and so much more freedom. But now living in this apartment with her mom and this stranger, it was miserable. After spending the day out, Tina came back home late. She quickly slipped into her room without anyone noticing and plopped down on her bed checking her messages. When all of a sudden, her mother barged in. "Where were you all this time? I've been trying to call you for the past hour." "I was with my friends." "Don't lie to me. You know you weren't hanging out with your friends. Are you going to tell me where you were, or should I tell you?" "Stop making such a big deal out of everything, Mom. I'm only an hour late." "You're not just late, Tina. You're coming home from a bar, and you were with that boy, Tony, that I told you not to hang out with. You're only 16, Tina. This is unacceptable." Tina rolled her eyes as she looked the other way, not caring for anything her mother said. "So you can date a creep and I can't be friends with a guy?" she murmured under her breath. Just then, her mother snatched her bag from her table. "Mom, what are you doing? Don't touch my things!" But just as Tina got up, her mother pulled her fake ID out. "So this is how. Who made this for you? It must have been Tony. What have I been telling you? He's not a good guy. He's much older than you, and now he's involving you in all these illegal things. You're never getting this again. And young lady, if I find you doing anything like this, it won't be good for you." As Carol stormed out the room with her ID, Tina yelled at her. "Go ahead, do whatever you want. It's not like you haven't ruined my life already. I'm 16. I'm only stuck with you and that creep for 2 more years, and then I'll finally be free and I'll do whatever I want and you won't be able to stop me." Carol sighed, listening to Tina go on and on from the hallway. "Jason, what am I going to do with this girl? One of these days she's gonna get herself into trouble. Carol, take it easy. She's a teenager. Teenagers do these kind of things. And she's going through a tough time. She still can't accept me. She's trying to adjust. Give her some space." Carol was frustrated with the things she was having to put through with Tina. Ever since her divorce with Thomas, things had only gotten worse. But Carol tried to cope with her and understand her perspective. But recently, she had been noticing Tina behaving a little strange. It seemed like she wanted to say something, but she couldn't come out clean. "Tina, is everything okay?" "It's nothing." It was one afternoon while Carol was cleaning up around the house that she went to Tina's room. It was a mess in here, like Tina hadn't cleaned the place in days. So Carol started cleaning up herself. But it was when she was taking out the trash that Carol found something. A pregnancy test? She's pregnant? All of a sudden, Tina barged in. "Mom, what are you doing?" That's when she froze, seeing her mother holding the test, looking at her furiously. "What is this, Tina? You were going to hide this from me? What were you thinking?" Hearing Carol yell, Jason quickly came to the room. "What is going on?" That's when Tina suddenly became aggressive. "What is this? Why are you asking me? Why don't you ask Jason what it is?" "What do you mean?" "Ever since he moved into this house, he took every opportunity to take advantage of me. He's the one who got me pregnant. I tried to tell him, I tried to stop him, but he didn't even use protection." "Tina, how can you even say something like this?" "Because it's time the truth comes out. But you're never going to believe me, Mom. You're only going to take his side like you always do. You wonder why I've turned out like this? I've only become like this ever since you left Dad. Ever since you brought this evil man into our lives. I can't take this anymore. It's him. I'm like this today because of him." Carol silently sat there in shock until she suddenly broke down. "Tina, stop it. Stop your games. You're not like this because of him. You're like this because you're a lot like me." "17 years ago, a year before Tina was born, and before Carol had married Thomas, she was in a relationship with another man, Jason. They had been together since they were in high school. And and were eventually in a living relationship. They were madly in love with each other. But everything changed when Jason dropped out of college. At the time, Carol was trying for her career, and she had dreams of reaching somewhere big in her life. And with all those dreams came the desire to marry someone educated and established. So despite being in love with Jason, Carol started dating one of her customers, Thomas, who was doing quite well for himself. She began cheating on Jason with Thomas, and when their relationship had progressed to the point where Thomas was considering proposing marriage to her, Carol ended her relationship with Jason. Why are you doing this, Carol? After all we've been through, you want to end this? Yes, because I can't take this anymore. Because you're not a real man. What? After spending so many years together, now you've realized I'm not a real man? Tell me, Carol, what makes a real man? Money? Yes, something you'll never be capable of. That night, Carol broke up with Jason. And the following week, she moved to the city where she got married to Thomas and started her life with him. She never told him about Jason and tried to erase him from her life. And soon, she was able to move on when she got pregnant. Seeing Thomas so happy upon getting the news made Carol feel like she had taken the right decision. Thomas cared for her, Thomas loved her, and now they could give this child a good future. The years went by wonderfully, in which Thomas and Carol raised Tina and built their beautiful home together. But after many years, when Tina had grown up a little, Thomas and Carol wished to have another child. However, even after years of trying, they were unsuccessful. That's when the couple decided to visit a fertility doctor. Mr. Wilson, the test results have come in and your wife is absolutely healthy and fertile, but I'm sorry to inform you, you're unable to have a child. You're sterile. All of a sudden, their once happy home was shattering apart. You've been hiding this from me all these years. You lied to me, you cheated me. I'm not her father. Thomas, I didn't know. What didn't you know? That you were sleeping with another man while you were with me? It's not like that, Thomas. Listen to me. I've heard enough. You will take your daughter and you will leave my house. So Tina packed her things and left Thomas forever with her daughter and moved back to her hometown. She knew if Tina wasn't Thomas's child, the only other person it could be was Jason. And it was one day that she met him again. Jason, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. My greed killed me. And now I've ruined my life and the life of our daughter. Our daughter? I didn't know until recently. She's your child, Jason. When Jason heard of his daughter, he was eager to see her. And it was when he met her for the first time that his heart softened for Carol. Carol, you're the only woman I loved, and after you left, I despised women. I thought I would never love again, and I would have never forgiven you. But our daughter doesn't have a fault in this. So Jason gave Carol another chance for the sake of his daughter. They got back together, promising they would raise this child together. That man that didn't keep relationship with us, why do you think he left me and you? Because you aren't his daughter. He's not your real father. I was dating Jason before I met Thomas, but I left Jason and married Thomas for his money, but I didn't know I was already pregnant with you. You always wonder why I'm so strict with you? It's because I don't want you to make the mistakes I made and suffer the way I suffered. Because you are a lot like me, greedy and spoiled. Tina stepped back in shock and surprise. What have I done? Holding a grudge against her mother for her parents' divorce, Tina had started to become rebellious. Going through tough times, she started to pick up on old bad habits and began mixing with the wrong company. That's when she met a boy named Tony and started dating him. However, Tony himself came from a questionable background and was involved with many suspicious things. But Tina didn't care. All she wanted to do was move out and start living with him, away from her mother and away from Jason. But things became complicated when she became pregnant. "I'm pregnant, Tony. You have to get rid of it." "I know, I will." "Wait, don't do it right away. You can use this opportunity to get rid of Jason as well." It was Tony who had given her the idea of blaming the pregnancy on Jason. This way, Tina wouldn't be the one to blame. Her mother would break up with Jason and help her rid the child. But things didn't turn out the way Tina had been expecting. Tina stumbled back as tears dropped down her cheeks. After all this, she realized Jason had only tried to care for her, to be there for her, and what did she do to him? She cried, holding her face in shame, when she felt a hand on her shoulder. "Sweetheart, we all make mistakes. Don't worry, everything will be fine." Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.